Remember when the movie The Matrix came out? Yeah, it stirred and became this huge hit because it did actually awaken a lot of people. So have you taken the red pill or the blue pill? And Bruce Lipton was right when he said, we're real and we live in the Matrix. I'm Tracy L. Clark. I'm the creator and founder of the Body Regeneration Academy, teaching you how to reprogram yourself from the blue pill into the red pill. Because if you understand the blue pill, you were born into slavery, and they even say that into the movie. You are born into this system that was created by the authoritative bodies. And when you actually take the red pill and you wake up, it has to be a choice. And when we do that, it's how do you relearn in bite-sized chunks? And that's what I teach you in the academy, or how are you relearning? Because the matrix is these universal energies that are all around us. We're all connected. And when you start to become aware and you start to wake up, and you've taken that red pill, so to speak, you look at things different. Your filters start to come off. Your perceptions start to change, and you start to see the truth. So many of you, I heard from so many of you, and even my clients are like, Tracy, my family isn't waking up. They're not listening. How can they not see this? They're still asleep in that matrix, just like the movie. They're still asleep, and only they can choose in their soul journey when to wake up and how to wake up. So how can you help them? You keep becoming aware. You keep learning. You keep reprogramming your life back to you, back to your soul essence. It's no different than if you want to become a prime athlete. You need to train every day. If you want to lose weight, you need to train every day. How did I get my gifts and abilities to where I am today? I do this every day, not only in my work, but every day for myself to keep changing my life and shifting my life. That's why I say this becomes a way of living, but it's your way. You're doing things that work for you. You're no longer pleasing people. Your blinders come off, and you're now living your life the way you want to live for you. So when you take that red pill, that's why when Bruce Lipton said, the matrix is real. This is real because the universal energy is all around you. And when you tap more into it, but again, where does the old energy come in? When your blinders and your filters, and you refuse to change a perception. You refuse to look at why that makes you angry and why that triggers you. I've had people that have come into the academy and then all of a sudden they're ready to make these breakthroughs. And I mean, like, we just do 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, teach you how to connect to your body, how to talk to your body. What are the tools you can use, integrate with your being? No right or no wrong when you're walking down the street, to make decisions from empowerment versus fear in health, intuition, and finances. How do you ask the questions? Come from here. But I've had people who leave and they're like, oh, that's nonsense. Oh, I don't want to hear that. And they get very belligerent and they'll get very angry because they're so afraid to change, to take that next blinder off. Because when we want to change, we'll look at everything and then we go to discernment. We look at everything, we go to discernment. And it's very hard for people. And it was so hard for me. I remember crying for days when I took off the blinders and realized, one, there were behaviors I had to stop doing because it all starts with you in here. And then it was like, wow, all that stuff I knew was true. But I was trying to convince myself it wasn't because I wanted to fit in with everybody else. And when you're born as a child, very different, and you're looking at the world and it makes no sense. You were probably born in, you took the red pill before you got here, and you never did take the blue pill. But you were convinced and tried to put yourself in these systems. Meanwhile, the systems were rejecting you. The universities, the schools, you didn't fit, right? All these things that they wanted you to do, they didn't fit. They didn't make sense. But you could look at it in a more simplistic way and say, this doesn't have to be this way. That's why when we're all in this matrix, we are in this movie together. And we are unraveling it together. And there's so many pieces. Just like in the Matrix movie, you know, when the agent keeps multiplying and multiplying and multiplying? Yeah, kind of sounds like the snakes, right? Over the last couple thousand years, and especially since 1971, when the snakes multiplied to put their plan in place, and now it's been unraveling. It's been unraveling. And we have to keep trusting that. Just like in the Matrix, They kept going back. They won some battles. They took the win. Then they went back out again. Then they took the win. They knew what they were up against. They knew they were up against a system that had been created, and everybody was drinking the Kool-Aid, born into slavery, born into this way of being. And that's why when you start to look inside, it is not a one-off. It is not a workshop here and there. It is looking every day. What are you going to look at? What are you shifting in you? Where are you becoming empowered in yourself? Where are you unlocking yourself from the matrix? The matrix that they want you to believe. So the movie they want you to think is playing plays out in mainstream media. That's their version. Blue pill, right? The red pill is you're aware. You're like, oh my gosh, look at all these other people like me. Look at these systems. We have to change them. But again, it takes time. It doesn't just happen overnight. The destruction of the systems take time. So that's where when you're getting frustrated and people say, quit worrying about it. It's just a movie. You know what? I've seen people that have sent me videos of people and they're like, I don't want to ask anymore. They're going to get rid of it. It's just a movie. You have feelings, you have emotions, you have to uncouple from them. That's part of being in the matrix. You are human. You have to feel the emotions. There's lies, there's betrayals that come up from learning these energies of how they have enslaved you and how they have harmed you and how they have done all these things to you. And that takes time to uncouple and to just sit there and say, it's just a movie. It's just playing out. So don't talk to me about it anymore. Nobody should be saying that to you, because no different than when you watch the Matrix movie, what happened? It took time. They had to go back, come back, go back and out again, back out again. And they lost bodies along the way. They lost lives along the way. So there's a very similar theme and energy to exactly where we are right now. And this movie will keep going and keep shifting and keep playing. So there's no big crescendo and then boom, it's all over tomorrow. It will keep going and shifting and shifting and shifting. So that is why your friends and family have a hard time taking the red pill, because they know they got to look inside. They're going to have to deal with all the lies that they have been fed and start to uncouple it from their own life to start to live according to their sovereign being and the child of God that they are, versus running to the nanny state, versus having the nanny state tell them what to do. So everybody that's like, okay, and never questions the nanny state is triple blue pilled. Think about it. So I want to bring that awareness to you. And I want you to start to see and question, because when you have awareness, that's step one, to question. And then you have to start looking at how to reprogram your life, your thoughts, your patterns, your belief. And that's what I do in the Miraculous Academy every day with you in bite-sized chunks. Because if you do it all at once, you're going to forget it. You're going to get overwhelmed. And just like a diet that is you're going to go off it. You're going to gain the weight back, and you're going to go right back to eating the chips and the pop because it's easier. It's not about the easy way out. It's about reclaiming your sovereignty and working through this movie like the Matrix. Take the wins, know there's going to be some setbacks. Take the wins, know there's going to be some setbacks. Keep reprogramming and changing you. Thank you. Click the like, the subscribe, and share, and keep coming back. Because the more you learn in here, and there's a ton of videos below, especially from my old radio show where you can listen to my words and listen to what we're shifting with people and start to understand how you can take control of your life, because you are the master and the guru of you. All right, everybody, have a great day and keep aware of the matrix you're in. Much love.